Should be live. Welcome everyone to Wednesday afternoon in the brickitect studio. A day that's absolutely beautiful outside, and I'm shooting this little stream here just before taking Roxy Bear for a walk because I just went and got groceries and I was out and I'm like, it's actually warm. I don't need a coat on. This is unreal. This is unheard of in Pennsylvania. But spring is springing, and the MOCs are making. And that's kind of what I have going on here. I've made an incredible mess. Let me make sure this is actually live. Is this actually working? I always have like that moment where you're like, hey, is this thing working? Yeah, it looks like we're good. Trippy, thanks for the, aka Noah, thank you for the 8 months of support. I appreciate that. I've been working on a mech here, or a MOC, not a mech. Maybe a mech, mostly a MOC of Astro from Astro's Playroom. And this is what I have so far. I wanted to show this off to you guys. I know we have lots of peeps coming in here, so I'll probably have to show this off again at some point. But I ran into a situation where I am out of pieces. Like, I don't have enough of these slopes to work here. So what I realized I need to do is I need to go into my storage room of doom. And I have several Lego Classic boxes and sets and containers in there that I need to part out. Because, like, I'm like, out of bricks. You guys might think, like, well, Greg, you have this massive Lego collection. The thing is, all the stuff that I've collected and shown on this channel, pretty much all of that is, they're sets, and I keep them in like my Lego library, if you want to call it that. So everything that I'm using here to build this is mostly stuff that I got at yard sales. I don't really part many of my sets out, but Lego Classic is one of the ones that I'm like, I think I can make the sacrifice with, and I need to, because it's just like I'm so limited with what I have to work with, and I have things in my mind that I want to make, but I don't have the pieces to do it. Also, I'm getting 24 more of these storage drawers that you see back here. Right now I have 20 of these set up, and Walmart was doing a sale where I was able to get them fairly cheap, like much cheaper than I've ever gotten them before. So I'm preparing for a video that I think I'm going to shoot tomorrow morning, where I'm going to go from 20 of these to 44 of these, and ideally I would like to have all of my Lego collection in these drawers. Like, this entire wall is going to be filled eventually. I was like, well, I don't want to go too crazy. I was thinking about getting more. You could get up to, I could have got up to 60, I think. But I held back. Martin, thanks for the 10 months of support. I appreciate that. If you guys like to support the channel, if you like what we're doing here, you like these streams, you want to watch all of the other streams that I've done recently, because they pretty much all go members only. You can become a member if you'd like to. I appreciate that. And I think you'll enjoy it. Plus, you can join our Discord as well, which is pretty fun. So the reason I didn't go all in with these is because I don't know if this is like going to be good for bigger stuff, but it's great for small things. And I'm going to put my minifigs in there, and these things that I just recently got, all of these things need a home. So for me to do that, I need to like make some space here. And Astro is kind of at a standstill at this point because I need more pieces. So we need to like clean up the giant mess that I made in preparing to build this guy. So that's what we shall do. And I'll put him in the background so you guys can see him. If you want to see Clark's and mine together, like a little family here. They're coming together, right? I'm pretty stoked about that. So we'll be here for a little bit. And we'll do some streaming. I'll try to chat with you guys. I can almost see the chat messages here. How's it going? Excellent. Excellent. Your volume was off. Yeah, you can't hear me if you don't have volume on. That's definitely a pro tip on how to watch a stream, or any video for that matter. Make sure you can hear it. Make sure you don't have headphones on, though, especially when Clarkman's around, because your eardrums will get blown off. I'm going to try to figure out a place to put these. Where can they go? You know what? I'm just going to get a drawer for right now. I've got some empty drawers. Something unheard of before. I've been getting more and more organized, and it feels good. What do we have on the floor back here? Oh, gosh, I got so much to clean up. These are all the ball joints that I got the other day. This is going to be a cleanup stream. I just do boring stuff on streams because people don't like watching streams on YouTube, and there's no sense doing anything interesting. You got to save that for the videos. So you guys get to watch me clean up. Felt like it was a good idea to go live. Mellow Cat's outside, getting a little bit of food in her belly. My goodness, I got a lot of these. See, this is a situation where these drawers, I don't know if these would even fit in a drawer. If you're wondering what these are, I'll read it off to you. I have lots of people asking. They come in sets of 3, so you guys see how these are. They are Sterilite 8.5 by 7 1/4 by 6 7/8. That's the dimensions. You look these up on Walmart. You can get, I think, what was it, a pack of 6? Was it a pack of 6? For $22, something like that. I'll share it in tomorrow's video. I'm shooting that tomorrow morning. I was going to try to beast this out today. I edited a Greg's arcade video this morning that I'm really excited about. It turned out really great. I went through like an hour and a half of footage from yesterday when I was playing a NASCAR game, and I got it down to like a 13-minute video, so that's going to be coming out later this week. I've got videos like lined up on there. Subscribe to Greg's Arcade if you didn't already. I got groceries. That was good to get that done. And I was like, you know, I think I can get this cleaned up and shoot a video on this all on the same day, getting these new drawers out. Then I was like, you know what? I need to wrap this up early because it's too nice outside to be in here messing around with Lego. We need to get outside and go for a walk. So that's what Rox and I are going to do. And I'll shoot the video tomorrow morning. Tomorrow my day is wide open. So I'm going to probably shoot that video first thing. Get my new drawers in. I'm not going to fill them up yet. That'll come like as it goes. And then I'm going to edit that, upload it, so it's out tomorrow for you guys. And then I might be gaming in the afternoon. It's supposed to be kind of cloudy tomorrow. Although, yeah, tomorrow's going to be like the cold day of the week. So tomorrow's going to be like an indoor day. You got to have one of those every once in a while. But Roxy, I could feel her like, she was like checking me out. She was like, what are we doing, Dad? What are we doing? I'm like, I guess I'm going to go downstairs for a little bit, get cleaned up, and then we'll go. I came home with the groceries, and she was like, oh gosh, she was in the driveway, just laid down in the sun. She's kind of like a house cat. I don't know if you guys, anybody else there has dogs, but yesterday I saw her laying in the sunshine in like, you know how you have like the window and the sun's coming through it, and then there's like a spot on the floor where it's sunny. That's where she was laying at. She was laying right in that spot, so it's pretty cool. It's neat. Have you, Jacob wants to know if I've seen his Batwing MOC. Yeah, I've seen it. I'm pretty much going to turn our Discord MOC channel into Jacob's Batmobile and Batman MOCs. Because you're the only one doing MOCs on there until I get on there and dominate it. We need to get some more creativity from the people that are members in my Discord. We need to get them to start building their own stuff. And that includes you, even if you're not a member. I'm going to try to encourage you guys to start using the pieces you have to make some cool stuff. That's the new direction of the channel. As much as you guys love seeing shopping videos and haul videos, you just don't know any better. We're going to try to make your life a little bit different with appreciating the things you have, not wanting the things you don't. I've talked about it in a few live streams and videos. If you want to know more about the future of the channel, go watch the video titled "My Next Big Lego Set." It came out not too long ago. I think you'll find that very interesting. Is Astro something, or is he or Clark's own creation? Astro is a it's like a mascot for Sony, I guess. If you've heard of Astro's Playroom or Astro's, it's like Astro's VR missions or something like that. It's the first PlayStation 5 game that we played. But Astro is actually a character. In fact, I have a picture here. I'll show you what he looks like. Let's see here. Right here. That is Astro. So you can decide if my thing's going to start looking like him. I kind of turn it at an angle a little bit. Maybe? What do you guys think? Kind of. He has a different expression in that picture there. He's kind of has like the happy like wave. But usually his eyes are like that. So that's what I'm trying to make this guy. Really fun game if you ever played it before. JG Sharknado says, I'm actually building something right now. Cool, man. Good for you. I'm actually organizing right now, trying to get this stuff all cleaned up. I even have Ronnie's pieces too that I need to kind of get into this as well. What I learned, and maybe other MOC people out there have I guess probably discovered this, is that if you're going to, I have my collection organized by element. So everything's organized by like single wide bricks, double wide bricks, like these, for example. Plates organized. What I'm realizing now is that I want to break that down and organize them by color as well. Because I'm looking for like white pieces, for example. And I find myself digging around in something like this. It would be so much better if all of these were just like red or blue or whatever. So needless to say, this setup here isn't going to work for me. And I don't know if that setup there is going to work for me either, because they're going to be like overflowing. But I'll figure something out. We could really break it down to like, I don't know, 1x2s, 1x3s, 1x4s, 1x600s. Maybe that would be the way to kind of make this work and make it really easy for me to find the parts that I'm looking for. It's kind of a learning process. You don't know how you want to organize your stuff until you're like in theory you do. But then when you're looking for a part, that's when you really realize like, oh wait, this system isn't working. And that's when I'm realizing for mine right now. I had to destroy some of Clark Mann's stuff too to work on this. I'm like, I need those white pieces. I need those blue pieces. So I've been doing a little bit of stealing from him too. Oh, needs the antenna. Yeah, he has one. Clark's has one. He wants to put it onto mine. That's his antenna right there. Mine's not done yet, of course. In fact, I showed a little bit earlier as everyone was coming in. I'm out of these slopes. I don't even have any of these blue. I guess I have one right here. Here, we can put that piece in. I tried sloping his head up. So he has a hole in the side of his head because I don't have any more of those blue slopes. But I bet I will if I go through all of my Lego Classic stuff. I bet I can probably track some down. Hopefully. This guy's going to explode in my hand. But that's what he looks like from the back. If I was trying to make him like really good, I would build him almost like BB-8 a little bit, where you have like an internal cube structure and then you put pieces on the outside to make it look rounded, because obviously like these harsh corners aren't on there. But I think it still works. It's going to work with some basic pieces that I have. And the biggest thing is just making it. Like this has been something that we've been wanting to do for a long time. And now I'm doing it. And I've put more time into this than I'd care to admit. And I find it very therapeutic to build, because this is kind of what my childhood was like. I would just sit down and I didn't have like sets that I was working on. I'd be working on whatever came to my mind. And that's kind of the direction that I want to go back to, you know, because as an adult, some of you kids will realize this someday. You'll realize that a big part of being an adult is trying to like live for those moments back when you were a kid. And luckily for me, I find it very easy to go back to those moments, especially with Clark Man. Like we go shopping for Hot Wheels. I'm just as excited as he is. But when you can capture those things that you loved to do as a kid, when you'd spend hours and hours doing them, whatever that is, whether it's like playing video games, maybe it's, I don't know, playing a sport, walking, whatever you did as a kid that you could spend hours on and not realize that time had passed. That's like the ultimate goal as an adult to try to get back to. Go back to those days. And that's kind of what this whole channel has been, you know? It's been like me trying to rekindle that hobby that I loved as a kid, which was Lego. How tall is he going to be? Well, probably like his head's like as big as his body. I was trying to figure out how big I want his body to be. Probably like that's going to be his body right there, if you guys can see it. Like, let me see if I can find something long enough. Probably longer than that even. Plus he has arms and legs. Let's see what this looks like. This might be too long. He's going to be pretty tall though. That's probably too long. Let's see. I'm just using this as like a gauge. This is very scientific, the way that I'm doing this. Probably still too much, actually. Let's see here. Just a little bit beyond that, I think. Yeah, probably about right there for his body. He's going to have a little bit of a... I don't know if you guys can see. He's going to have a little bit of a neck there. And I'm hoping... I'm going to have to use one of those really good ball joints to hold his neck on, because this head's pretty weighty. But that'll be like his body, and then he's going to have like some legs and arms that come off. But his head's like the biggest part of him. Like, let me show you the photo again. You guys, I mean, you could probably tell from the way the photo looks. Like his head's probably about a third of his entire body. Like if you were to stack 3 of his heads up, that would be his entire, not only his torso, like his torso, I guess, is only as big as his head. So let's see how close I was. Yeah, pretty close to that. And then his legs will be another third. And he's going to try to stand on all this. So it's going to be a lot of weight on those legs. And I might have to use these again for that, for his legs, because these are super clicky. And if we do it like that, he can still move his legs around, but it's not going to like bend out and bow out on me. Gordon says, I find your MOC building thinking very interesting. Well, thank you, Gordon. I appreciate that, man. Looks good. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. I can't tell you how it's going to turn out, but it's going to be the best that I can do with what I have, and ultimately, in the end of it, I'm going to be pretty proud of it. And when I share this, when it's done, the only thing that I really care about is if I can convince somebody else out there to pick up some bricks and start building something. If I can do that, I would consider that a success. If I can't, then, you know, it's still a success, I suppose. You know, you can only, what's the phrase? You can lead a horse to water. That's what I'm going to try to do, guys. I'm not trying to be like you know, deliver a message or anything like that, but I feel like if you have a voice like I do, not literally, but like a platform, an audience, something, maybe it's good to use that for something positive, something that you can like make the world better. And through Lego, I mean, I don't know what I could do about that, but I can maybe inspire a couple people to start building some stuff, because we all have Lego stuff, right? Like everybody here that's watching this probably has some type of Lego collection. Let's do something with it. I answered that question. Have I seen the rumor on the Lego Optimus Prime? I did indeed. How exciting is that? Honestly, I don't care how it looks. I gotta buy it. Because, you know, I've been on the side of Lego, make Transformers. It will be printing money. So even if it's bad, I have to support Lego in their getting of that. Whatever license or whatever they did. And if they make Optimus Prime and it does well, maybe then we'll see a Megatron, we'll see a Starscream, we'll see Soundwave, Bumblebee. I think Bumblebee will probably be like the next one, if Optimus Prime does well, because he's the one that everyone loves, you know? Oh, speaking of, I'm going to show this to you guys. This will be a, pardon me, I have to get a tissue because I still have a bit of a cold from Clark, man. Speaking of Transformers, Clark bought this at Target. He built one side like the set was supposed to be, and then he built the other side the way that he wanted to. But this is kind of the thing that we're trying to do with Lego. And you can see the ball joints, you know, ball joint there on his leg. I'd like to give him a knee articulation. He needs that, but he's got elbow, and he's a pretty cool little guy, you know. He's kind of like a Transformer of sorts. It's the Super Robot, 31124. Bought that at Target. $10. I think it's $8 right now on sale. He died. He fell a little bit. Don't mind me, guys. Answer some questions as I blow a nose. Looks like it's going well. Yeah, the Astro, you mean? Or the cleanup? I think both are going marginally okay. I'm doing my best. I should have put some type of counter or something up, so I knew how long I worked on Astro. These parts are specialized. That palm tree has been the bane of my existence. Right now I'm going through, let's see if I can move this down so you guys can see what I'm working on. I'm going through all the builder buds pieces here. Try to find a place for all these. All one color. I mean, it'd be great just to put them in one bin. But my system is a little different than that, so we'll move them around a little bit. Gorilla Tube says, I know this isn't a podcast. I mean, it could be, if you want it to be. My one of the week was making a video of my Lego MOC. Well, I got to see that. Is there any way that, I don't know if you're on Instagram or where you can find me at. How about you, I don't know if you're on Reddit, send me a link to that video. Did you make one? Yeah, making a video of my Lego MOC. I want to see that. Maybe you can inspire me. Send me the video on Instagram or post it to my subreddit or find a way. I'm sure you're creative and crafty. You can do it. Oh, Dara says, any stream that I see you and Clark building MOCs, I get inspired to build something. Hey, cool. Build Astro. Or, I mean, a more popular character, I guess, in video gaming. You could build Sonic. You could build Mario. You could build anything, really. We're just kind of in the action figure stage right now. And this is like, Clark built his Astro a long time ago. Like, probably January of, no, maybe February of last year. So he's been sitting on our table, and I'm tired of always being like, hey, I'd really like to do that thing. I want to do that someday. I need to get around to doing that. And I just want to be like, I am doing that. You know, because it's really easy to put stuff off, especially when you're busy and you got 1,500 things you're juggling. But you got to set priorities and you got to decide, like, what is it that I want to do the most? And make that your thing. Oh man, Lego Head says he made a Lego Wii back in the day. Everyone has. Have I seen Batman? I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for it to come out on HBO Max. And we'll watch it the day it comes out, and I'll report back to you. I'll do a stream or podcast or something. I'll talk about it. I've heard nothing but good things. I've heard good things about the Batman. Looks pretty dark. I kind of like that, I guess. There, we've got some quarters. Love this color. This is like one of my favorite Lego colors. I like trans colors a lot. Like trans green I really love, but like this color is beautiful. Okay, let's start putting these away. So I have like a thing for jumpers and tiles. I'll show you guys my process here. They're all in the blues. Do you mind moving with me? I'm trying not to get you sick. We might need to move some Disney CMFs out of the way. Speaking of those, I have some more that are coming into the collection. Can you slide out? So I got blues of all variety in here. And you might be like, Greg, what the heck? That's not blue. Well, the underlying color is blue. So, you know, eventually when that gets really full, we'll probably break it down some. But you can see I've got like greens, I've got yellows. And this is like one of the few things in my collection that's actually organized by color. And it's super nice when you're trying to find stuff. So not only is it organized by like elements, so I would consider these to be tiles and jumpers and such. And I guess grills. But the colors make it very easy. So I'm going to do more of that. But a lot of these, like this just works, you know? Like that just works. In fact, we have more of those. Little quarter tiles. Beautiful. You can tell I got a pick-a-brick container at one point of those coral ones because they are in charge up there. There's a lot. I'm going to set you guys back down here because I don't want you to throw up as I throw you all over the place. Here's the slide ride if you guys want to see that. A lot of work needs to happen. The idea is going to be that Astro is standing behind the slide ride, maybe like that, and his arms come up, and he releases a thing that sends 2 riders down the slide ride. So that's the ultimate goal. Clark's idea was to not have him have legs, so his would be like this, and he'd kind of be like, which he actually did a good job with that. He's got the ball joints on there. Yeah, not too bad, Clark, man. So maybe, we could go with Clark's, and then mine could be a companion piece to it. His is like already done, so maybe you'd even have like a walkway where you go through his like chest there to come out, and then he'd go slide ride. I like that. We got to do something with his face and stuff. But Clark's is kind of 2-dimensional and stuff. Nice job for a 7-year-old, I think. But I'm kind of going crazy with mine. I'm probably putting way too much time and too much everything into it. But it's what I want to do. So this is my single wide pieces. And my strategy here is to just go like this. And just slide that all in there, just like that. You guys enjoying watching me clean up? Is this a thing that you want to see? Or is this just the worst? I do the same thing for slopes. My slopes are insane, dude. Look at this. Wouldn't it be nice if they were all organized by color, though? Like, we'll call it slopes. But I can't be going through this looking for blue slopes. It's just too much. Look at just too much. So it'd be nice if it was organized by color. I just don't know what container I would put that in. Because we got a lot of different colors in here. We'll figure it out. Might have some more shelving things or storage containers coming, I guess. So we'll just take these. They're in. Another single wide down here. These have to go with the tiles, the blue tiles. It's going to be nice kind of being organized again. But I've got some work to do. I've got to get these parts for Astro because he needs completed. And I need white bricks. I need blue bricks. Lots of them. I think I have a place for this. Small slopes. I even have like a thing over here. This is probably going to need to change. So this is called my small slopes. And it's just like odd slopes that aren't like normal ones. Like I consider like brick slopes normal ones. These ones are kind of like the rounded and like that. And then I've got another one just called arches. It's there. So you can see I kind of labeled them up a little bit. Using like naming methods that work for my mind. Modified bricks, so it's just a bunch of those. This could be what my colored stuff goes into. My colored bricks and slopes would be nice to be in there so I can find them when I'm trying to build. So these are some little slopities that'll go in there. And we'll put them in there. Yep. Oh, Sugar Shack. I need to go back into my quarters. Let me get in the chat. Sorry I'm missing you guys there. Sorry about that. Chris says, I don't feel so bad because my very limited collection of slopes looks very similar. That's how you organize yours? I'll figure out something better, I think. Is this a basement? I always thought it looked like such a cool room. Clean white walls and a big TV. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. Don't judge. But I painted this entire place. It was tan when we moved in with blue carpeting. And I was like, no. So I painted everything like a brilliant white. And I'll give you a quick tour here. As long as you guys promise you don't care about my mess everywhere. So let's do a tour. If I can even make it out of here. Holy smokes. Let's start here. Give you guys the wide angle here. This is going to be my Lego building area. What you see there, like there's 12 feet of table. That it starts there and goes all the way down here. And I'd like to take these and we're going to double that. And then probably have it, I mean, I don't care if it goes the whole way. Like, I want all of my Lego collection to be on that table there. And I think that'd be great. So that's just kind of where I build. This I don't love too much. It feels added on. Over here, again, giant mess because we've been into everything. This is where my collection was prior to those things. And it was kind of nice, right? Like it worked. But now I'm finding like I want to break it down more. Over here, oh gosh, don't even look. Brickitect. I'll put some lights on. You guys can see the disaster that is Brickitect, aka the Lego graveyard. Just a giant mess. I got some of Clark's like best MOCs over here. So we're going to try to save those. Some of the stuff's going to be sacrificed. But we put this in. This was hideous when we moved in too. That was like a 1993 countertop, which now is granite, I think. Black. I love it. Black and gray and white's my thing. We put that in. Specifically, I put that in. Don't mind the cobwebs. We have this little fridge here, which is full of magnets from all of our friends from all over the world. And that's something that I am really proud of. It's just really cool, man. Edmonton, anybody? South Dakota? Arizona? We got people everywhere. This TV back here used to be in our living room, but it was too big for above the mantle. So I mounted it here. I don't know what this is going to be. I have the arcade thing there. I was thinking about that, but then I was like, this would be a great place for Lego shelves. Then I was like, this would be a great place for arcade cabinets. Have 2 arcade cabinets there. One there would be great. This wall's empty, which is, I guess kind of good. You need some space and stuff. So this is probably my least favorite part of the space. Back behind me here, this is Clarkman's ungodly MOC area that's currently falling apart. We've been really stealing a lot of parts. Like I had to tear apart his little half-built toy store so I get white bricks. But he's like always working on something and adding to this, and he gets very upset when we have to tear things apart. But it's the life of building MOCs. So even some of the stuff's on the floor there. Evidence of Roxy Bear. I started doing this. This I thought could actually work. We have these things here, which I just have some minifigs and stuff. But most of these are kind of empty. I got these things that you can put all of your pieces in. But I was thinking another row of these over here and then on the back side there. And maybe even small stuff on the sides. So we make this like a station, like a building station would be kind of cool. And I apologize, I can't read your chat messages now. If you have any questions, throw them in there. I'll come back to you. Little love seat area here with a small coffee table. 108-inch screen for this. I installed this to replace what was here before. This is an Optima 4K projector. I don't know what the name of it is. That broadcasts to that. It runs through this. This is the receiver. I have an Apple TV hooked up to that. So all of that works together. That powers not only the screen, but also the speakers. That's the word. The speakers that you see around. I don't have any lights on over here, but I'll turn some on for you guys, so we can see. We'll try at least. So here's some Lego stuff I have on display. This is way overpopulated over here, but we got a lot of stuff. It's kind of a mess. I need to work on that. This is kind of a mess over here too. Like I said, oh, my new purchase that I love. I'll show you that here in a second. But we've got all of our stuff under here. I was trying to look for something that I could like display under the screen, and that works. Oh, over here, minifig wall. If you'd like to be added to this wall, just send us your minifig in the mail. Got these from YouTube. It's pretty cool. Missing pieces. This is where you come down the stairs. So it is a basement. Over here, another Lego shelf. Again, I'm thinking about maybe adding some of these over here. I could fill that whole wall with those probably and have it like go all the way over. Christmas gift from Locked Door. Some of my bigger sets. Most of them are in storage. The storage room of doom's over there. I can't take you in there. It's too scary. This is where Greg's Arcade is located. So I play Xbox and PlayStation. They run through all of this nonsense into this. They run into that. My gaming PC is down here. All of this works with that and this and that. And I have a little Mac Mini back there. And that's where I do all my gaming stuff at. And it's a giant mess. And my new steering wheel, which I love. You can see the pedals down here. I should probably actually do a tour. I love that. It's like my new favorite thing. You saw that, and that's where we're at. We're back to where we began. So that's my whole setup. This is like my man cave, my space. So much potential. Some of it I've maximized, some of it I still need to work on. This is a big selling point for this house. A few of the houses we looked at, they didn't have like finished basements. And even though I had to do some work down here, it was definitely like, I was like, ooh, I love it. I need this. Because I knew I had a lot of Lego coming in. And I was like, we need a place for all this. I need a place where I can work. This is that. Let me check the chat. Our Brick Life says, I spy my magnet. Yeah, every magnet we ever got is on there. Sconsin. I don't know if we have Sconsin on the fridge. Sorry. Epic Live House. Loved it. Okay. It's like the kids build from the Lego movie. Clark's Table. Yeah, sort of like that. I don't craggle anything, though. I'm not that type of guy. I let Clark build what he wants. The only thing that I ask, it's like at some point I'm just like, dude, if you're going to build more, we got to tear some of this stuff apart, you know? Like, you can't, I'm trying to teach him this, like, you got to clean up after yourself. You can't just always be having fun. You can't always be building. Sometimes it's this. Like right now, I would love to rather be working on my Astro MOC, who now has a new piece added to him. But sometimes you got to clean up. You got to get things organized. And I find myself, oh, I just put a single wide piece in there. No, I think I found it. It's okay. Rate your setup 10 out of 10. Thank you, Daniel. It needs some work. Obviously, it's a giant mess right now, and it's embarrassing to show it. I obviously wasn't prepared to give you guys a tour today, but it's where it's at right now. And it serves my needs. Once I have this like really decked out, I'll do like an official tour. Like once I have all of my little storage bins up here and we got the collection looking good, I get everything kind of the way I want it. We figure out the setup over there. I did see that Arcade 1UP is coming out with a Golden Tee golf arcade unit that you can pre-order. And I would love to have a Golden Tee golf setup down here. But also I'd like to have my Lego stuff on display. So I don't know if I want to put an arcade unit there, like an arcade cabinet, or if I'd like to get two of those shelves. So if I got two of those shelves right there, it would perfectly fit right there. And I could just remove that TV. I don't really use it for anything. I thought, oh, if we're sitting at the bar, I'd have that on, but I haven't really used it that much. I was just looking for a place to put it. I could put it on the wall back here. It'd be kind of cool. We got that space right there. If I, kind of took some stuff off the top of that. But that space could be used very nicely, as could brickitect. I could be doing my streams from over there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This could be used very effectively, like having drawers all over the bottom of that. So you just walk around it and find your pieces would be so nice. I thought about maybe bringing the table out like this, but I think 12 feet of space, like you can see the Disney Castle, and if you know how big that is, you can kind of tell how much space we have here. And I find this to be enough space to get all my work done. I'm not really sacrificing much with that. It's not too bad. But that's 20 drawers. Tomorrow you'll see a video on brickitect where there's 24 more, maybe right here, or right there, or up here. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but we could probably go up to here. The only thing that's limiting us is this beam that runs here to hold our house up. And I'm just going to take that out, I think. Chris says, compared to some, this is an amazing setup. I wouldn't be embarrassed at all. I'm more embarrassed by the mess that I have everywhere. But aren't we all messy people? All of us that aren't super organized. I'd like to get to that place. Maybe if I do this stream every day. Tune into my daily cleanup stream. Day 600. We're halfway cleaned up. Where the heck do these go? Circular pieces? Seems reasonable. Circular. Anything circular goes in here. If it's a circle or a cone, circle-like. Circle-like. Where'd I have these at? That's a tough one. I'll put those in the tiles, I guess. Decisions must be made. Chris says, dude, humans are a mess. I think a big part of it is just getting ahead of it, though. I think we can be organized and orderly. And I've had this place looking great, but you know when it looks really good, Chris? It's always right before I have family coming over for like a holiday. I spend like 12 hours the day before getting the place looking just like epic. And you know how long that lasts? Like 12 hours. And then it just slowly degrades into chaos again. Because that's the natural way. Sorry to leave you guys. I am actually cleaning up. I don't know who got me distracted with the tour. That was all your fault. JG says, speaking of cleanup, I'm actually cleaning up my Legos as well. What a coincidence. Yes, indeed. I'm seeing some table here, folks. There is some table here. Never before seen on brickitect. A table. Tabletop. A surface. Oh, I want to show you guys this. Actually made some use of this. Got this at a yard sale. Started putting my pieces in there for my MOC since I was gathering them together. This thing's actually pretty cool because if you take a base plate, I was going to show it to you. You can imagine this. A base plate slides right across there. So you got your base plate on top, all of your stuff inside. It makes like a little, it is Lego, by the way. Makes like a little suitcase, a little briefcase that you carry with you to your friend's house. Then you can build. It's really cool. I was like, yeah, I could probably use that. No sense tossing that away. So, why not? I also found like these little bowls at Target that I really enjoy using as well. Might as well clean up these pieces that we have on the floor. Just when you thought my table was going to get clean. Here comes more stuff. Brick separators, studs. I will say one disadvantage of live streaming this is that I'm probably less productive than I would be if I had just done this without talking to anybody. But it's kind of fun, I think. Kind of neat. Somebody, we got a bunch of people watching, so you guys must like this. I can only assume, unless it's either that or you're just bored off your rocker and this is the best thing you have going on. I don't know. Chantel says, Astro looks amazing. Well, thank you. He's got a hole in his head. I need more parts. That's kind of why we're cleaning up right now. I'll put our Astros up here so you guys can marvel at them. My Astro, Clark Man's Mastro. Astro the Mastro. Won't be a brickitect stream till I drop something. It'll happen, trust me. Anything else on the floor? Roxy's football. Speaking of her, we don't have too much more time together, my friends. I pledge to take Roxy for a walk today. It's beautiful outside. But we got all spring to do this kind of stuff. Summer's coming up. Clarkman will be here too, working on things. Should be a lot of fun. We're doing some traveling, so there will be some weeks where there's nothing. I'll try to get some things done ahead of time so you guys have something to watch. Jeez Louise. The weather today, though, it's got me excited for RC season. If you guys didn't know, I'm sure most of you guys know, Clark and I are huge RC enthusiasts. RC is like remote control cars. And with the weather getting warm, I think it's time for us to get back into the hobby. I've got a whole bunch of ideas on what I want to do for some really cool RC videos. Big batteries, fast cars, buying some new stuff, getting some ramps. Who knows what we're going to get into. It's going to be great. Lego says, I have this playing in the background while I film a YouTube video. I hope my voice isn't in your video. Subscribe to brickitect. This reminds me of Star Wars. Astro was sold for parts. He's not going anywhere. This might be one of those things that I just like always have in my collection. I imagine, like, I was thinking about this earlier, and I was like, you know what's probably going to happen with Astro is I'm going to build him up, and then I'm going to be like, you know, I could do this a lot better if I did this in a certain way. So there might be different renditions. It's just like, the problem is no one knows who Astro is. No one has any ideas, like, do you know who Astro is? I mean, some of you may. I think if I wasn't like a Sony guy or like a PlayStation enthusiast, I would have no idea. I'd be like, Astro? Like someone asked earlier, is that someone you made up? That's probably what I'd be thinking too. Am I a purist, or do I have Mega Bloks and other brands as well? Yeah, I have Mega Bloks and other brands as well, and they're going in the trash can. This is like my dirty, disgusting Lego, and if I find anything non-Lego related, it goes in there and I throw it away. If I get like big bulks of it, like if we get it from a yard sale, I donate it to the Goodwill or the thrift store. If I find pieces with like chew marks in it and stuff, like I said, a lot of this came from yard sales. Like this is Lego from, could be from the 80s, 90s, today, just like a radio station. And I want my stuff to be in good condition, clean, and I want it to be Lego. So anything that's not Lego, it doesn't have a place in my home. Some people, they don't care about that kind of stuff, but for me, it's like, it's kind of important. Why is it important? I don't really know, but I just found a Tyco piece right there. You can just tell sometimes. But Tyco, I will say, of all of the non-Lego brands, I don't know if you can see where it says Tyco on there. Tyco is like really good quality. They don't make Lego anymore, I don't think, or bricks. But their quality is actually pretty decent. And you'd be hard-pressed to even tell, but there's just something about it. There you can see the Tyco label. If we get the lighting just right. See the Tyco there? He's going to the bin. He's going to the cup of doom. Never to be seen again. If the cup gets big enough, maybe I'll donate it somewhere. Someone's going to be like, Greg, send that to me right now. Don't throw it away. I know. The postage is probably worth more than the pieces in there. I feel your pain, though. This was a house that Clarkman had built at one point. See, I'm the guy that has to come through and clean up everything. Like I said earlier, I explained to him, like, it's real nice when we're building something to have all the pieces organized, right? And he agrees. He's like, yeah, I really like that. And I'm like, well, how do you think they get that way? Somebody has to do it. And if you build something, eventually you gotta like tear it apart and we put it away. That's why I was making the videos where Clark was showing his MOCs off, which we should probably do more of those. So I was like, okay, you built this thing. It's pretty cool. We made a video of it where you can show it off and like talk about it and stuff. And then like the next progression is we build something else out of those pieces in some cases. Especially like there's some things, I mean, I'm not going to call them out, but some of the stuff could definitely be like recycled into something new. But, you know, I also need to put myself in the mind of a 7-year-old. And if you build something, regardless of what it is, like he's trying to build the Lego globe, Lego Minecraft globe. And like, as a 7-year-old, you're thinking like, oh, I just built this really cool thing. I don't want to tear it apart. And I have to think about that too, because that's kind of important. It can't just be like, okay, you built that thing, now let's rip it to shreds. It's going to be kind of one of those things where if it fits on the table, how about this? Yeah, this is good. If it fits on the table, you can keep it built. Once that table gets full, and I imagine like there's going to be like a skyscraper of Lego MOCs there. Once a table gets full, sacrifices must be made. So you have to pick a MOC that gets broken down. I think that's a fair thing. From a dad to a son, I think that's a fair compromise. That's a 6 foot by 3 foot table back here. 6 feet, 3 feet. It's the same size as one of these. Fill it with as much as you can. Like right now, it's just like a bunch of stuff destroyed. He loves those towers. He's got a bunch of Minecraft stuff. But like some of this stuff could definitely be broken down. Some of it's classic though. I don't know. Like literally classic. Thank you guys for the comments on Astro's head. I'm doing my best. I spent more time on it than it probably looks, honestly. If you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, you're like, Greg, why are you doing this? Why aren't you working on Astro? Why are you tearing pieces down? I'm like out of pieces, dude. I'll show you my white pieces, which Astro is primarily white on his body. That's like all I got. And some of these are just like really dingy and like probably should go in the bin. Like this piece right here. Let me show you this one. And let's pick out like a really nice clean one. Like right there. Take a gander. So like this doesn't pass my collection test. Because I would never use that in a MOC or whatever. And I put that in Astro, he's going to look really dingy there. So, gone. But Astro's looking pretty good. Some of the pieces, all these are from yard sale, so it's you know, it's here or there. Got his, like, it almost looks like he's wearing a VR headset a little bit. Kind of tried going for that look on the side the best that I could. His eyes, we worked on this the other night on a live stream. That piece right there, that black piece is really scratched and probably needs replaced. But I'm like out of black pieces too. We had to sacrifice the Mickey Mech, who was under construction. The eyes, I feel like really represent him because he has like kind of like pixel eyes. And as much as I'd like them to be more circular as opposed to like plus signs, like if you look at it from far away, it looks like it feels like he's alive. It feels like he has a little bit of soul, a little bit of character. We just got to fill his head in there, and you have to forgive the back being flat. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. Let me show you a picture of him again if you guys want to see it. I'll show you the comparison. I keep bringing this up. If I spin it around, he's far from done. You can't really see the side of his head from here. You think that his head's all white, but if I show you a picture of him sitting down, or I guess like shooting something from the behind, that's what the back of his head looks like. So if I turn this way, even though this is his bad side that's unfinished, you can kind of see what I was going for there a little bit, I think. You can kind of see it. It works for me. You know, not a Lego MOC expert. I'm not a building god. I'm none of those things, but I'm just a guy that wants to build some cool stuff and share it with the world and try to get somebody else to do the same. That's my new MO, I guess. I think there's enough people, myself included, there's enough people out there that are showing how amazing it is to be a consumer of Lego. Right? And that's wildly popular. People love that stuff. I want to show you what it's like to be a builder of Lego, an enjoyer of Lego, an enthusiast of Lego, making things with what you got. I thought I saw a non-Lego piece in here. Kind of looks like Eve from WALL-E. Let me look her up. Is that what she looks like? Hey, if he looks more like Eve, maybe I'll switch him over. Eve WALL-E. Wally. I do have Wally. We could add Wally to the mix. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can find an image for you guys. You're darn right. Wally does look like Evie. Is it Evie or Eve? Evie. Eva. I think that's what it was. What in the actual heck? Sony are a bunch of dirty, rotten thieves. I didn't realize I was building her this whole time. My life is a lie. I had been building Eva. Eva. Darn it. Wally's over there on my shelf. You can't see him because he's hidden behind a chair. Son of a biscuit. I built the wrong MOC. I done goofed, boys. Yeah, well, if it doesn't work out for me, I could always build her. Here he is. Is that the Lego one? Kind of looks like it, eh? Could be an alternative MOC. Who knows? My life will never be the same now. Son of a biscuit. The back of Astro's head reminds me of the Atari logo. It kind of is. You guys are seeing all kinds of hidden things. Looking at Astro, I've come to realize I think he's a good art piece because it's like looking at a cloud. You can see all kinds of things in it, you know? Like you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I see an Atari logo. I see Eva from Wally. Is it Eva? It's been a while. He says it all the time. He's like, Eva. It's not just Eve, is it? Sorry, Greg. Hey, no need to apologize. The truth shall set you free. I see it. I can't unsee it. All right, modifying bricks, modifying side, studs on side bricks. Oh, they're handy to have too. I'm just gonna put those in there. All right, we got a couple pieces left over. These are I'm considering like windshield pieces. We've got one slope left here for some odd reason. Circular. You guys know where circulars go. I'm gonna try to show you guys where everything is, so you can come over and help me when I need help putting all this stuff back. You guys will already know the lay of the land. I'm gonna put you guys all to work. That's getting way too full. My walls collection is entirely filled. Where do these things go? Oh, I don't even know. I have I am to put that in my needs sorted. Save me some time here. What else we got, boys? We got anything else to work on here? There's a little bit of destruction happening over here that I think I'll clean up. There, it's a brickitect video. Somebody was asking about it earlier. You were looking forward to it. The Mickey Mac will come back. His head and stuff is still here. He will return stronger than ever. I just needed all the black pieces I could get, which is why we need to start parting out Lego Classic stuff. So maybe tomorrow, if you guys want to hang out sometime tomorrow, we'll part out a Lego Classic set. We'll do that. Make it a thing. All right, this is from Greg's Gardening Glove, an old MOC on the channel that Clarkman did, and parts of Mickey, I think, too. Just Bruce says, the difference in people's perspective is what makes Astro special. Everyone will see something different in him. He could be from Wally. He could be an Atari character with the Atari logo in his back. I don't know. I'm kind of proud of it, though. I know it just is like a collection of bricks, but like for me, this is the start of like me making my own stuff. And I love sitting down and building Lego stuff that they came up with because it's obviously better than anything that I can do, right? Like if Lego made I was going to say Wally. He's not Wally! If Lego made Astro, it'd be such a banger. It'd be such a good set. But like something about me sitting down and taking these random bricks from my collection, most of which were found at yard sales, and turning it into just this random whatever he is, Astro, Wally, Atari man, turning it into that like makes me feel good about myself. And I'm like, I don't know, it just gets me excited. I want to tile the top of his head off here. I'm gonna tile that too. We can't have any studs on in our Wally MOC. What happened to my week in Lego? You know, I want to talk about that. I came into this year thinking that I wanted to make all these shows on this channel. Like I was gonna have How Bad Is It? I was gonna have My Week in Lego. I was gonna do all these shows that were like had like a lineup each week. And I was like, it'll be cool to be able to see like what does well and what doesn't do well and stuff. And the stuff that I did was doing well, and it probably does make sense to do that. But ultimately, what I like to do more than that, and I came to realize this, is just share what I'm doing that day. Because like today, I may not be passionate about, and like this is a problem with How Bad Is It? This would be a great podcast topic. I was buying How Bad Is It items just because I was going to share them on the channel as a How Bad Is It. It wasn't because, oh, I'm really excited to build this really janky friggin' garbage set. It was like, oh, I'll make this for a video. And the same thing applied to the eBay buying on a budget. It was like, okay, I need to spend $40. So I'm going to go through eBay until I find something to spend $40 on. I don't think that's how I should be doing my things here. That's not what made this channel what it is, and not really what I want to do. I want to make things I'm passionate about. So if today I want to come down here and I want to work on this guy, whoever he is, that's what today's video is. Or that's what I share with you. If I want to collect the Lego Disney CMFs, that's the video that I make. And I feel like that is so much better because I'm going to be so much more interested and passionate about that. And plus it takes the channel from being like, oh, this is a collection of shows, to this is just a guy that's just enjoying this hobby for what it is. And that's what it's always been. So why should I try to change that? Shows are cool and all, but what if a Monday comes and it's like, okay, I have to do a My Week in Lego. But what if that's not what I feel called to do that day? Like, this shouldn't feel like a job, because it's not. This is my hobby. It shouldn't be like, oh, I got to do this. It should be, hey man, I'm freaking excited about being down here. I'm excited to be working on whatever it is, and I'm going to share that excitement with you through a video or live stream. You can even be excited about cleaning up, which is what I'm doing right now. So that's kind of where that went. Like, it's one of those things where you're thinking in your mind, oh, this is the way. This is the thing to do. But then once I start doing it, I'm like, no, this just feels like I'm doing something that's not necessarily authentic to what my actual goal is. Like, I've got enough stuff to keep me busy that I don't need to buy a How Bad Is It set. And like, what comes of that when I'm done with it? You know what I mean? Like, I just got done saying I don't put non-Lego stuff in my collection. So this stuff just ends up in my storage room of doom, sitting there with like no purpose. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Lego always has a purpose. It might be in the storage room of doom, but at least it's Lego. And that's kind of where I'm at. So hopefully that explains it. Probably a much longer answer than you were anticipating. You were probably thinking like, oh, he's going to say it's coming back next week. No, I don't think it's coming back next week. If you want to know what happened in my week of Lego, tune into the episodes. For the people that really care. For everyone else, it's kind of just like a recap. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, all right, I saw you do that. I saw that. Maybe it's a little bit behind the scenes or whatever. Where the heck am I putting these things? Oh, I know where I'm putting these. And that's kind of how I feel about my podcast too. My podcast is no longer going to be me recounting my week and saying like, oh, on Monday I did this, on Tuesday I did this. Instead, it's going to be me talking about topics that I want to talk about. Whatever that may be. And for that reason, the podcast, if you want to listen to Missing Pieces podcast, if you're still into it, it's now the Greg's World podcast. You can find it on all of the major players in podcasting like Spotify, Apple, and it's going to be audio only from here on. There's going to be no more videos of my podcast. It's just audio. I'm just going to sit down and record it. Might make a 10-minute video today. I might make a 100-minute video tomorrow. It's just whatever I want to sit down and talk about. Again, it's just about doing the things that I want to do. Because if you have this position to do the things you want to do, why would you not? But just look up Greg's World Podcast. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like so you can find it. I think it's like the #1 result if you look up Greg's World. Just look up Greg's World on Apple. It even has a new logo. Look at that, fancy pantsers. Greg's World Podcast. Made on Canva by yours truly. Boom. And I rewrote the thing. Greg's World Podcast is my audio journal where I document my life and the things on my mind and serves as a companion piece to my Greg's World YouTube channel. For podcast enthusiasts that, should say who, or maybe whom, want a deeper look into my world. That's a perfect description. 10 out of 10, nailed it. If you guys want to listen to my podcast, it's over there. I could talk about that, like what we just talked about would be a great podcast episode. Why I changed, and I think maybe that will be our next one. Why I changed the direction of my Lego collecting journey. why I'm no longer doing my Lego collecting journey, right? Sunshine says, are you going to do a community post when you do a podcast? Yeah, I'm going to do it here and on Greg's World because I know there's people on both that want that. So every time I do an episode, I'll do a post until eventually we'll have everybody over there. But the problem with not doing it on YouTube is that, you know, new people that subscribe, they're going to have no idea that I even do a podcast. They have no idea. So doing that community post is like, oh, okay, cool. This guy that I just found who's like making some just friggin' awesome Astro mechs or MOCs. Keep calling him mech. He also has a podcast? What the heck could that guy be talking about? Oh, this is different. Not many people are willing to share this kind of stuff with the world. So that'll be me. Look at that, boys and girls, kids. I got called out by somebody for saying boys the other day. I understand, though. I use boys as like a thing. I'm like, check this out, boys. Check out our stuff, boys. They're like, you know, girls follow your channel too. And I was like, yeah, but it'd be weird if I said girls. I'm like, check this out, girls. So I'll say boys and girls. Peeps, peoples, check out our desk here, table. Looks okay-ish. We got some space. I gotta move that, maybe do that. It feels better that we don't have that. I still have, I mean, everywhere around me is that, but I like it. Feels good. This is still a giant mess over here. Once I get my storage bins, I'll be able to diffuse some of those things. Maybe I'll stream that. I think I'm just going to stream the whole time that I friggin' work down here on stuff like this. You know, because, like, I think it's really boring watching someone build a Lego set. Like, personally, and this is, you probably don't agree with this, but I think it's boring as heck to watch somebody sit down and live stream themselves building a Lego set. Unless they're like wildly entertaining and engaging, which could be the case. I think it's more interesting to see someone do something like this. Like, I'm cleaning up, I'm showing you my setup. I took you on a room tour today. Sheesh. Giving you guys like the full service thing here. So, tomorrow morning, I'm going to make a video where I get all of my new storage drawers out. After that, once I'm done doing that, and I have that, like, I guess edited and uploaded, I'll come out and we'll put some of the stuff into the storage drawers. And I'll tell you all about those and stuff like that, and we can recount that. In addition to that, if we have time, which I don't know if we will or not, because I do want to do some gaming tomorrow as well. I'm trying to put like new content out on my gaming channel every day, which requires me to actually play some games so I can make like a highlight video out of those. Greg's Arcade sub. Come over and, like, you're watching this live stream right now. I know some of you guys are just Lego enthusiasts. Like, that's all you do. The gaming stuff is much more than gaming. It's like us chatting and hanging out, having some fun there. If you want to talk entertaining live streams, I would say gaming is much more entertaining than Lego because it's like there's stuff actually happening, you know, like visually. We've got those Lego classic things in the storage room of doom that I need to clear space anyway. So we'll bring some of those out. I'll start parting them out, hopefully finding a good collection of white and blue bricks that I desperately need, maybe some slopes as well. And then the work on Astro shall continue. But in the meantime, I still need to be making videos because people aren't just going to want to wait for me to finish Astro. And to be honest, some people have no idea who Astro is or care about Astro. So I have a Disney little thing that I'll throw out there as well. I have a Lego haul coming. I'm still buying Lego, even though it's not the focus. I can't resist double VIP, plus the Jane Goodall promo. Oh, I watched your documentary last night. I said I was going to do a movie review of that today, which I will. I'm really running short on time here, though, because I have to go get Roxy Bear on the walk. Plus, I need a walk as well. The Jane Goodall, it's called Jane. It's on Disney+, just titled Jane. It's a story of a lady that dedicated her lives to studying chimpanzees and letting people know that these are more than just animals and how similar they are to us. Her work has continued on to this day. She dedicated her life to it, gave up her marriage for it. Everything went into these animals and being a conservationist and stuff. And it's really inspiring to see someone like just so passionate about something. And I have a ton of respect for her. So when I get that Lego set in the mail, which I think is on its way here, and I'll show you what else I bought too, because well, actually I can't because it was on back order, but it's something that I've wanted for a long time that I wanted to get for Halloween of last year, but was out of stock. In fact, it still is. Like, it won't be here until June, which is fine with me. But when I get that promo and I build that up, I'm going to have such an appreciation for that now that I have more information. So give that a watch. It's if you have Disney Plus, which I'm sure many of you do because it's the best value in live streaming entertainment. Check out the documentary Jane. There's also another one on there from National Geographic that's about her as well. It was good. So I think that's about it for today. I'll do a last little check down through the chat here in case I miss anything. If you have any last minute things that you're desperate to get out, you let me know. This is an easy question here. Since we're talking about PlayStation, is the PS4 worth it? I'm thinking about getting one on the cheap. If you can get one super cheap, I would do it. And there's a huge library of amazing games that you could play from the last 10 years. Like The Last of Us would be great. All the PlayStation exclusives you get into, 100% recommend it. If you have the money, well, it doesn't even matter if you have the money. If you can try to get a PS5, that would be a better investment for the future because you can still play PS4 games, but it's going to set you back a whole lot more money. The problem is you can't even get one, so it's kind of off the table. But yeah, PS5 is good. If you're just getting into gaming and you don't really care to know who Astro is, I would recommend going the Xbox route, though. Get an Xbox One or a Series S or a Series X if you can find one. And I would just download Game Pass and never buy a video game again. I would just do that. It's almost like Netflix of gaming, where you can just play whatever. So you have some options, but on the cheap, if you can get a PS4 super cheap somehow, you find one at a yard sale, your grandma is giving you one that she played on for years because she's like a huge RPG fan. It'd be worth it to do that because there's so much stuff out there and you can do it so cheap. In fact, the smart people are the ones that wait 10 years after a console came out to buy it. Those are the deal detectors. They're the people that I love at heart. So there you go, boys. That's the stream for today. Just like Streamlabs said, smash the freaking notification bell if you want to know when I go live, because I have far too many people that comment, I missed the stream, Greg, I missed it, why did I miss it? Because you didn't have notifications turned on, or you have a life. One of those two things probably happened. So on that, thank you guys for tuning in today. I'll try to be back with you tomorrow with a little bit more shelf action, more storage container action. We'll get some of those minifigs up here or right over there specifically, or maybe over here more specifically. I don't know, but it's going to happen, and I hope to see you there, and you guys can keep me entertained just as much as I keep you entertained, hopefully. So on that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next streamity stream.